Rita.
Hi.
Welcome back. How have you been?
So.
So. Okay, well, before we begin our counseling session, I just kind of want to go over our session from before. So our session from before was basically you were having some difficulty with a surgery that you had, and we were working on getting positive feedback for yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so you said that you were feeling so. Tell me more.
I mean, just like kind of life stressors.
Okay.
But I still feel the same.
Okay.
About the whole surgery thing and
Mhm.
now it's starting to actually hurt. So I have pain in the area that should not be there, and that whole little section below my belly button is hurting. So it's very uncomfortable. Someone told me that it's the weather.
Okay.
So when the weather's gonna get funky, I'm gonna be feeling aches and pains wherever I got surgery. I see my doctor Saturday, so we'll discuss when I'm supposed to get this lipo
Okay.
to kind of like remedy the whole situation. And I'm looking for February. If I could pick a date, it would be February.
Okay. And how are you feeling right now about that?
I don't know, like I feel slightly happy,
Okay.
but then the unknown.
Mhm.
Is February really going to be a good time? I think it'll be 6 months from my surgery because I'm already 3 months out. Is it a good time? Is the lipo going to work? If the lipo doesn't work, then I have to go through surgery again.
Yeah.
And it's just like all this, it's very time consuming. I had a goal in mind for the summer where I wanted not the beach body, but I wanted to look a certain way for my vacation next month. And I'm not going to look that way. And there's certain outfits that I wanted to wear that I can't because it doesn't look good because it's not flat the way that it's supposed to be. So I'm like very, I don't know, wishy-washy. Like I'm in the center of happy, not happy, a little worried that I already trusted you the first time with my body and you messed up. So I'm giving you another chance. Or are you going to mess up again?
Yeah.
Another surgery. There's so many complications when you go under. Even though it's local, so he said I'll be awake. So I shouldn't be too...
Okay.
I won't be completely asleep. But it's still something else on my body.
Yeah.
So it's just all these little things here and there.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you have your appointment with your doctor on Saturday, and you have different feelings. You're happy, you're worried about your upcoming surgery because the other surgery didn't go as planned, and you have a vacation coming up, and you don't have the results that you wanted. Okay, so I know that last session, I know you mentioned that you still feel the same. So there hasn't been any change with your positivity of yourself.
I'm trying. I mean...
So tell me more about that.
So I am looking in the mirror more.
Okay.
I stand there and I judge myself, to be honest with you. I'm like, damn, girl. But then I see the shape that I have and the form that I have, and it's what I wanted.
Okay.
Minus the role. So all I can think about is, maybe down the line, it'll be well worth it and the role won't be there. But it's also a mix of I'm criticizing myself and I'm praising myself. But now I was starting to question my breasts.
Okay.
So it's just like, oh my God, the right one looks a little bit saggier than the left one. And it just I become very self-critical. So I can say one positive, but then I found that after saying one positive or just thinking the one positive, it was followed by like a whole bunch of negative.
So you've been working on looking in the mirror more because before you couldn't really, which that's a great step, and I commend you for taking that step.
Thank you.
So I know that you look different now than you looked before, right? And the person that you were before, is it different than the person that you are now?
Like personality-wise or overall?
Overall, so you said you didn't like the way you looked before, and now you looked a different way. So how is that any different?
I mean, because I've come such a long way, I can say that I'm proud of myself and I'm happy for my progress before the plastic surgery. So
Okay.
I was already happy with the progress that I made in losing the weight and trying to stick to, better healthy eating. And then come the plastic surgery, it is a big difference from where I was before. So there has been progress. I'm not saying that I'm completely disappointed in how I look,
Okay.
but I'm a little disappointed.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's come from feeling devastated to I'm starting to kind of, get a little bit more comfortable in dealing with the fact that it's messed up. Like, what am I supposed to do about it? I'm taking the steps to try to get it resolved, and in the meantime, I just have to deal with what I have.
So you've been more acceptant?
And a little bit more comfortable in terms of I was finding myself hiding from my partner, like trying to cover my stomach, and I know that he realized it. So then I got the whole speech, blah blah blah, and so now I'm just trying to just be comfortable walking around with whatever's hanging is hanging at this point. If it was hanging before, it's hanging now in a different way. So I'm starting to accept it and be a little bit more comfortable. But then there's those days where, like I had it over the weekend. When was it? Saturday. I was hysterical because of my weight and the way I looked. And then came the reassurance of, you're not fat, you just thickened out, relax. But it's like a whole, my body image and my weight are a big thing for me.
Did something happen on Saturday that made you?
I weighed myself.
Weighed yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wasn't happy with the number on the scale. And I feel it. I feel uncomfortable.
Okay. Has there been any changes with that? With the reason for the weight change?
I want to say I attribute it to snacking.
Okay.
And I kind of eat more carbs now that it starts to get colder.
Okay.
So it's like a carb thing, but I'm only gaining weight in the legs and the butt, which isn't a horrible thing because I didn't have legs or butt, so everything is kind of filling. I'm getting the shape that I want, but the number is bothering me. It's more the number, and I feel a little, I feel in the jeans, like they fit differently. Not that it's such a horrible thing, but the number bothers me because I know that I have to be at a set weight. And I'm like 10 to 15 pounds above that, which might not seem so big to certain people, but to me it is, because then it makes me feel like, fuck, if I already gained the 10 or 15 pounds, what's to say that I'm not going to get to 200? Yeah. Or I'm not going to get back to 263 where I was almost 3 years ago. And that worries me.
Okay. So over the weekend, you weighed yourself and you saw that you were 10 to 15 pounds more than what you wanted to be. And you're getting worried that you're going to gain more weight. Okay. And when you were in that moment, how do you feel now about Saturday, about that incident that happened on Saturday?
I decided to make healthier choices today.
Okay, like what?
Well, for lunch, I had vegetables, steamed vegetables, and a protein drink instead of, what the hell do I eat for lunch? Instead of like a little snack pack of cheese and nuts and then a whole bunch of goldfish. So no goldfish, no junk food for lunch, I guess. But then I came here and I had a slice and a Pepsi because I was starving. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Okay, so you're trying to make better, healthier choices. Okay, and today was your first day starting up? Okay, that's good.
And I didn't snack in the nighttime over the weekend. So because I like to snack, I have like a particular snack that has to be 9 o'clock. It's like snack time. No snack Saturday or Sunday or Monday because we were off yesterday. So.
Okay. And so the snacking is a goal that you have for yourself, but then you think about the effects that it's, that it's having on you. I know that you mentioned something about your stressors. Is the stressors related to the weight gain and the snacking, or is there something else going on?
It's between work and this semester, how this semester is going for me, and work wise, family wise, my kids, they're jerks, but like that's dumb. This is something that that I can deal with. So they stress me, but it's a regular stress for me.
Okay.
Like it's a common, well-known stress that I can deal with. But I was out of work for a week for an injury.
Mm-hmm.
So between that and I went back today, and then just trying to figure out this whole semester has me stressed. I'm more in my feelings over actually how my coworkers acted. Not so much acted. How can I put this? I'm a very genuine person.
Okay.
I'm very kind, and I don't make people an option. I make them a priority.
Okay.
So, regardless of what's going on in my life, I have 3 disabled kids. I have my own disability. I'm in school. I'm working full time. I have a partner. I have a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
But if I know someone's hurt or there's something going on, like, no matter how busy the day is, I'll take the 2 or 3 seconds out of my day to be like, yo, are you okay? Or I heard you got hurt. That's just me genuinely, not looking for, favoritism or looking for anything. It's just that's how I am.
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone is like that. So I got very upset at the fact that I was gone for a week and no one bothered to fucking check up on me.
Mm. Okay.
And then I decided to, vent on social media. And I pretty much let everyone know how I felt about it. And then I got several phone calls, FaceTimes, text messages, DMs, FB Messenger, after I clearly said that I didn't want anyone to fucking contact me.
Okay.
Because it did not matter at that point. I just needed them to know that I don't appreciate the hypocrisy, the two-facedness, or the fakeness. And that from there on, the sentiments were going to be reciprocated. And some people took offense to it. I don't care. I really do not care. Because it's not, it's not about, take 2 seconds to be like, yeah, I haven't seen you at work. Or, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you would have texted me, you would have known what happened. And I know someone reached out to me because they felt bad, because they got injured. And I checked up on them every day, be like, yo, you okay? But I'm also the union rep for the paras. So I wanted to make sure that everything was okay, not only like professional, but personal.
Mm-hmm.
And they felt bad about not reaching out when they knew that I put that effort in. And then someone else came up with another lame excuse of, people have busy lives and this, and I was like, that's a poor ass excuse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to be an option for anyone. I'm going to be a priority. So now I know who matters and who doesn't, and we're just going to leave it as is, and that I'll just be a dry bitch.
So at work, you got injured. So from what I'm hearing you say, is at work you got injured.
Mm-hmm.
You were out for a week, and you didn't get any text messages or any phone calls for any of your coworkers who you were cool with, friends with at work, and they didn't reciprocate that kind of friendship or personality that they have with you at work when you were out of work, and it bothered you. And so how was that when you went to work today?
I was very dry. For someone who's very happy and chipper, and I could have had the worst morning. How was my morning? It was okay, the kids were good. I could have had the worst morning, and it doesn't matter. Like, hey, I say hi to everyone. Like, hey, how are you? How's it going? How are the kids? I'm just that kind of social person.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, hey, hi. very like, and then the person who I felt extremely bad came to me and they were like, please don't switch up on us. Like, you're one of the most realest people on the floor, and we enjoy who you are, and I dismissed them.
Hmm. How do you think that'll be going forward? Would it be the same?
I'm gonna be very dry.
Okay.
I see what my boyfriend's been telling me since we've been dating. He says I'm too kind, and that I feel like everyone is gonna act like me. Everyone's gonna be kind and caring, and he's like, no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no one cares. You're the only one that cares about stuff. He's like, no one really cares about anything. They're your coworkers. They're not your friends. And when we spoke about it, he was like, I'm proud of you. He's like, I'm glad you realized what I've been telling you. But he's like, you're just a sweet person, so you're not even going to listen. Because he can be very negative.
Okay.
And I'm the positive one.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. So, do you think that having that sweet personality has it always been like that, and has it affected everything?
No, it hasn't
In your
always.
life?
It hasn't always been like that. I'm very nasty. That's the thing. Like, I have the two sides. I'm very kind and sweet, and then I can be very disgusting and nasty. I lived the better part of my marriage disgusting and nasty. I was very bitter when I was married, and I was just very nasty. I got to a point where I had no one. No one wanted to be around me because I was just that combative and that disrespectful. Once I got myself situated, and then my marriage kind of put everything to perspective and made it about me, because it's always been about everyone else, and I always took a back end when I decided to switch it around and make it about me, because at this point, even now, I come before my own children. Because if I'm not okay, then how are they going to be okay? Mm-hmm. I need to be okay so I can be okay for them. And that's something that I learned the hard way. And that kind of like changed. I want to put out in the universe good things so that when my time comes, I get that back. So I try to be very positive, very happy, even when I'm not. And just try to look at the bright side of everything. Okay. So it took a lot of practice, and it's got me to a good point because it opens doors for you. You meet people that way. Sometimes you meet very good people and you get to keep them.
Yeah.
So me being bitter, I'm being bitter. That's what it is. I'm being bitter, and I want to live in my bitterness until I get over it.
Okay. I heard you say you learned it the hard way. Can you tell me more about that?
It's just, it got to a point where, like, no one wanted to be around me. I was just that person.
Like nobody wanted to be around you at all? Like, didn't want to talk to you? Didn't want to?
Because I couldn't even hold a conversation without getting nasty.
Okay.
Or having an attitude, or having a tone, or just being belittling and disrespectful. Even when there was no reason to be that way. I had a lot of anger issues that I had to like break down and deal with, and then, it's time, like with time, I kind of got into a good space.
Was this before or after your surgery?
Way before my surgery.
Before.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that having your surgery changed that person?
No, but someone commented that I've become fake since I got my plastic surgery.
Tell me more about that.
I was like, what? I cut this person out of my life. Well, we're coworkers.
Okay.
I cut him out because I got tired of being sexually harassed. And I'm very like nonchalant about stuff like that, so I'm like, oh, whatever. But it kind of got to a point where this person was like, I'm going to have to force myself on top of you. And I'm like, that sounds like rape. And I'm not about that right now. So I kind of like, we kind of ended it there. And we kept having breakfast together. And then he just stopped speaking to me. He's like, oh, I'm not going to keep doing this anymore. I'm like, I don't know what it is you're talking about. But, and this is like a 60-year-old man. I'm like, I don't know what it is you're talking about, but you know, whatever at this point. Like, I thought you were genuinely interested in helping me out with school stuff and like the whole bigger picture. I'm like, it's fine. And this is a person, you know, a couple of weeks ago, he was like, oh, ever since you got your surgery, you've been fake, so I like to address things right there and then. I don't like to wait.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't gotten fake. You made me uncomfortable and you switched up on me. So it was just like, if you're not going to get none or you're not going to get your way with me, then we don't need to be friends. So that's how I'm taking it, and I don't need this negativity in my life. So you stay over there and I stay over here. But in terms of changing my character or changing my attitude, I mean, I've become a lot sadder because of the results, but that's pretty much like in terms of how I treat people and how I am with other people. I'm still the same.
You're still the same. Okay. And you said that you're a lot sadder. Is that with everything else? Is that due to just your surgery, or are you sad with everything, with the other aspects of your life?
I think it's more the surgery. Yeah, it's more of the surgery and the results. I think everything else pretty much has remained the same except for the work thing, and that's it.
And then, so I know that you mentioned, you said that you've been at work, you've been dry with everyone, so you've kind of been keeping to yourself and not really engaging with everyone else. And then I know you mentioned something about having school stressors. What is that looking like?
My abs class.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like how my grade looks.
Okay.
So it's bothering me a lot because I did horrible in my undergrad. Horrible. I was 17. I was already taking night classes during my the remedials. I was doing that after I got out of my senior year. So I'm going to school senior year, and then once I got out of school, then I was going to take night classes just to kind of meet the remedials. And I don't think I was mature enough. I wasn't mature enough, and there was a lot of family things going on, and my mom depends on me a lot.
Okay.
So I had to. School wasn't a priority, but I wanted to finish it, and my GPA really stinks. So 12 years later, I'm in the master's program, and I started last fall, and I was very nervous, because I'm like, what the hell is Blackboard? Because when I graduated from John Jay, they were like starting like this whole Blackboard thing.
Okay.
So I'm like, what the hell is this? So coming here, I was very nervous, and I applied to graduate school on a whim. I came for an open house. I was like, oh, fuck it. I mean, you know. And then I got the acceptance letter, and I was like, what? Did my little, personal statement and all the good stuff. I came in on academic probation.
Okay.
I was taken off over the summer and got like a nice congratulation email on high academic standing. I was like, yes. Because I haven't gotten anything lower than an A. And this is gonna be the class. This is gonna be the class that's gonna like ruin. Even if it's a B, it's going to ruin my A's, and it's gonna lower my GPA. And like I work very, very hard with. Maybe it's because I'm not stressed enough. Because honestly, my entire since I've been here, and I've been here for a year, every semester's been something like out of control, where I'm like end of the world type of nonsense, and I've managed to get A's, and I'm like maybe there's nothing has happened stressful enough for me to like get this A in this class, because I associate a lot of stress with passing, because this is the only thing that keeps me focused off the stress.
Okay.
When I'm extremely stressed, I focus on this. And I don't know if I'm not focused enough in this class. I'm not sure. I know that my it looks like a C right now.
Okay.
And that's not, it's like, I don't know what else to do.
So from what I am understanding, you're taking this class, and it's been kind of difficult to achieve that A, and you have all A's since you've started, and you don't kind of want to mess that up. So what have you done anything to help you focus or kind of gauge better into the class? Are you having difficulty gauging into the class?
I don't, aside from the quizzes, that I've literally failed every one of them, I'm not sure anymore. I mean, we have the videos, we have to do the major stuff before the semester's over. My attendance is kind of bothering me, because it says that I have a 75%. I missed the class due to a huge emergency with one of my kids, and like I thought we were allowed an absence, like on the record, without penalization.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out why my attendance is a 75 when I only missed one class, and it was because one of my boys got his head cracked open in school.
Oh wow. Is he doing better? Oh, that's good to hear.
So I think that's a legitimate absence.
Have you inquired about this grade?
No, I've been avoiding asking. I don't ask about my grades. I never felt the need to, because I always knew that I was doing well in my class. My human development class is at an A right now.
Oh, that's good. Well, perhaps perhaps you'll get an A because you're stressing. Well, that's good. So, I know that you were having work stressors with the relationship with your coworkers from you being out on an injury. You're having school stressors because of your grades, and you're worried that you might not get an A in this class that you're taking, in one of the classes that you're taking. I can understand that. And so due to these stresses that you're having, you're kind of stress eating, or having some snacks more than what you should have, or is it just that you're just having snacks just because it's... Yeah.
I think I'm just having snacks just to have snacks, because 9 o'clock is like the show.
Okay.
And actually, I found myself doing that during class. When I heard video, I'm like, I gotta go get a snack.
Okay.
So there's like a correlation between a video and me munching on something. I do not know why, but it needs to stop, because the nighttime snacking is bad. It's not a good thing, especially where I'm not moving around. So that's all gonna turn into unwanted calories, fat, or whatever the hell it is. And at least a little goal that I set up for myself is that I won't snack Monday through Friday. That I'll like have my little snack on Saturday and Sunday. It'll be like my cheat.
Your cheat weekends?
Because for the most part, I eat predominantly healthy. Vegetables, a lot of fruit, everything is high protein. But I do love carbs. So I have my rice, I have my bread. And I think that's one of the big issues. And I don't eat enough. So, like, I was looking online and looking at things, and the amount of calories that I should be consuming, I'm probably at half. I might eat 500 to 600 calories a day.
Okay.
But that's because my stomach is small, so I can't eat big portions, and I can't spend the whole damn day eating either, because I get full really fast. So it's just like a hot mess right now.
So I want to do a little activity, and kind of for you right now, right? The person, you right now, you're feeling sad because of the surgery that didn't go right. You're stressed because of work and school. And you also have your sons, your partner, that also incorporate into your busy schedule. I would want, what would your old self tell your new self now?
Damn. I think my old self would tell me now that I need to chill out because I've come a really, really long way. Like, I have come super far, and that I'm doing an alright job.
You're doing an alright job.
I'm not perfect. I don't strive to be perfect. That's never a goal. That's too much pressure.
What's an alright job?
Like, I'm keeping it together. I'm not falling apart every day. I'm not trying to fight every day, even though I've become a little more combative. Very short fuse lately. I think people are dumb sometimes. So my patience is wearing thin. But compared to where I was, I want to say that it's a 6-year thing, because I just made 6 years of being separated. So within the 6 years, from where I was 6 years ago to where I am now, it's big, it's huge. And my old self is proud.
Your old self is proud. That's good to know. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. How do you feel now, thinking about, saying that your old self is proud of your new self now?
It feels good, because I know that I beat myself up a lot. You know, like, everything sometimes I do a lot of, when I feel that everything is going wrong, and not because I have control issues, when things are not going my way, I start to sabotage myself.
Okay.
So I start to become very self-critical, and I start to put myself down. I don't know why I do it, because then I feel like crap. But I see, like, I pick up the pattern of, if things are not going right, or I'm too stressed, and things are not within my control, then I turn it around to me. And then I start with the thoughts and like, you're not good enough, and A, B, and C. So then it's like I'm self-harming, but not physically.
Okay. What do you think about that saying out loud? How do you feel about what you just said, that you're self-harming emotionally? How does that make you feel at the present moment?
I don't know why the hell I do it. It's very I'm confused, because I have a lot of insight on me. It's very confusing. And then I ask myself, why the hell do you do this, girl? Why do you do this to yourself? Because then you feel like shit, and then, like, it's just like a whole big, everything kind of falls apart, because I'm falling apart. And if I can't keep it together, then it's just everything. It affects, because even though I live with my partner, I'm like, I am the head of the household, and at the end of the day, they're my kids anyway. I know that's kind of mean, but he's learning how to be a step parent. But he says that he's like, those are your kids. So it's like it's my household, so I pretty much manage and control everything. But when I'm not okay, it's like the vibe. It's not a good vibe.
How do you pick yourself back up?
I don't know. I think I just talk myself through it. Or I talk to my partner. I'm like, because he sees it. You can pick up on my change. Either you can see it in my face, or you see how I act. And usually I haven't been so angry, but just very, like, sad.
Okay.
And he'll ask, and we'll talk about it. After, like, I process everything that I want to say, or sometimes I don't want to be bothered. Like, I need my time to kind of, like, figure it out. I like figuring things out by myself. I don't want to have to go to someone every time I'm feeling a certain kind of way. But for the most part, like, we have an open line of communication. We actually had an argument over the weekend, and we were mad the whole we were mad the whole weekend actually. But you know, like I get him to work on talking because then it's like it gets me to talk too, so we can resolve whatever it is, and we don't have to be stressed about small stupid things. But I don't know why I do the whole self-harming thing, but in terms of like getting rid of it, I'll do that. I'll like to talk about it, find an activity, wine, something.
How would you think you would feel after your surgery?
To be quite honest with you, I don't think the way I perceive my self-image is gonna change. And someone told me that. Someone was like, "You're gonna get all the surgery." I didn't do it. I did it to look and feel good, but then like the primary point of it was to get rid of the excess skin because I had lost so much weight. But someone told me that no matter what I did, that I was always gonna view myself the same way, and that it's in here. It's not so much how I look, which I understood because there are days when I can see myself and I see myself at 263 and not at how I look now. So body image and that whole perspective of how I look really messes with me.
And what are your self-expectations? What is it that you hope to achieve or feel?
I don't know because I look at myself like with the things high up so the roll's not showing, and I'm like, this is what you want it to look like. You want it to have the big boobs, the flat stomach, the big hips, butt, and thighs. Because some of the weight gain was deliberate because I had nothing. I lost everything. I'm like, girl, you gotta get something because you can't walk around uneven. So some of the weight gain was intentional. Okay. But I went to the gym and stuff like that, and like high protein and high fat. But and I see it, and then I look at. I only realize how I look when I look at pictures. If you put a mirror in front of me, I see myself different than when I look at a picture. So I have to take a picture and look to be like, damn, like you're a hot bitch. But it takes that, like I can't see it. I can't stand there and be like, oh, you look good. And then when I look at my pictures, I'm like, this is the body that you've been wanting. But it's like there's some kind of disconnect.
And you don't know what it is?
No. I wish I did know because I probably wouldn't be, so wishy-washy with like sadness and happiness and all kinds of crazy. I don't know.
When you first decided to get the surgery, what was the reason for it?
I wanted to get the excess skin off because of the way that I was shaped from, always being big to then being pregnant and then losing the weight. It's like all I ever wanted was a belly button. As stupid as it sounds, like, because I had the two rolls. I had the roll up here, and then I had the fupa, and then my belly button was tucked in between the rolls. I didn't know what my belly button looked like. I only knew how it looked when I was pregnant, because then it was like a whole big stomach. So I'm like, I wanna have a belly button. I wanna show it off. I wanna be able to wear, a little crop top, even if say like 2 years or 3 years from now I decide to have a kid. I don't know why I would do that. At least I got to know what it was like to be like the other girls, the other women that I admire, who to me are beautiful.
Okay.
And I know it sounds very shallow, but as I've matured and as I became comfortable with my body, not pre-surgery, like I've learned to appreciate, all the bodies. Because society puts a lot of pressure on women. You gotta have the big butt, you gotta have the big boobs, you can't have the stomach. It is impossible unless you have a very good plastic surgeon. because not all the squats in the world are gonna give you the butt that a Brazilian butt lift gives you.
Really? I'll take note. We spoke a lot about in this session, and I lost my train of thought. Sorry. We spoke a lot. You know, when you first came into this session, how'd you feel?
I felt.
How were you feeling before you came in to the session?
Like this session?
Mm-hmm.
Cranky. Still thinking about work.
Okay.
Like a little cranky and a little afraid because I'm like, I don't want to cry today.
Oh yeah.
But it ended up. I feel better.
Tell me more.
I feel like the whole work thing, I got it off my chest. Even though I know I'm gonna be on the bus thinking about it, how asshole people can be, but I think talking about being comfortable with how I look now, it kind of like really just puts it more in perspective of, it is what it is. And then it's sucky to say it, because all I think about when I say it is what it is like, no, it's not, girl, because you spent $20K. You're in mad debt right now. But I know that looking at it, I know that Saturday is going to give me an answer, and then from there, hopefully, all I can try to be is very positive about this, that the results are what was expected and what was guaranteed to me.
Okay. So I hear a few things. So you came in a little cranky, a little upset about work. As we went through the session, you felt a little better. And I heard you say that you're feeling positive about Saturday's appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Are you any other feelings towards Saturday's appointment?
I know that when I go in, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be upset because I'm tired of seeing you, doctor. I shouldn't be seeing you so much if you would have did your job the correct way. So I know that I'm gonna have feelings of upsetness, but I want to be upset because I don't want to go in there usually the perky happy like, oh no, it's not okay. What you did is not okay, and I want to drive that into my surgeon to let him know how I'm really feeling and how his bad job has affected me for the past 3 months. Because it's not a light sadness. It's like it takes me out of my day where I'm crying half a morning. And it took me out of my comfort. And it's okay to be uncomfortable, but it takes me completely out of my comfort where I was hiding myself when I had all the saggy skin and I didn't hide. But I was accustomed to that body. And this new body, one, I have to get accustomed to. And two, is not what I paid for. Point blank. And I want him to understand that it has to get fixed. And I'm trusting you again to fix me.
That takes a lot of courage and a lot of willpower. So I commend you with that.
Thank you.
We have came to the end of our session. I just wanted to wish you the best of luck on your appointment on Saturday.
Thank you.
Is there anything you have for me?
No.
Okay.
It was cool.
I'm glad. So again, good luck with your appointment on Saturday, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.